welcome back. Now, when we often think about Alzheimer's or dementia, we think of people in their early years. We never think about someone younger getting diagnosed, but this is happening more and more often. So with me today is the brave Diane talking about her journey. She was diagnosed at just 47 years old. Diane, thanks for coming. When did you start noticing signs?
Well, to put it into perspective, my youngest daughter is just finishing year 12, and at the first sort of signs were things when she was at primary school, and one day she told me in the morning that she was going to play with Sarah Marie after school, and I went to school and in the afternoon, and she wasn't there. And I was asking everyone, have you seen Jenny? Have you seen Jenny? And of course I went, oh my God, she's been abducted, she's gone somewhere, absolute panic. Had the principal come rushing out, everyone coming, where's Jenny, where's Jenny? And one of the girls said, Jenny's gone to Sarah Marie's house. I saw her walk with her. And so I raced down there and go, Jenny, you can't just do that. And she's going, Mum, I told you this morning that I was going. So it just sort of started off with sort of simple little things that were happening like that. Then, losing my car and parking. Now, normal, regular adults can lose cars as well.
Do it all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then missing meeting. I was running a business and missing meetings and appointments, etc. And so that's sort of how it initially started.
And what age were you at when that started happening?
I was it's about 10 years ago-ish.
Okay, yep, excellent. What are the type of things you forget?
I have a list. Last night I forgot how to cook spaghetti bolognese, which was one of actually the most confronting things of my life, because I have cooked spaghetti bolognese 25,000 million times. I ran a creative marketing firm, and I've still at this point able to use my creativity to help me solve the problems that I have with Alzheimer's, of how to keep going and being what's the word I'm looking for here? Being self-sufficient as I can.
What was it that made you realize, wait a minute, this is a real problem?
I think I came up with this epiphany the other day. It's a weird thing. Your brain can tell you your brain is not working.
Absolutely.
I sat there the other day going, I know it's not working. Right. And so I knew it was not right. It was not standard operating procedure of how I operated.
That's powerful.
And so in that I knew, and then of course just when you start losing your car, where you start having all these things happen, and initially my GP just said, eat well, sleep, exercise, you'll be fine, and off you go. So I basically plodded on for a year odd, and then went back to her and said, no, this is just not normal activity. And then it was from that point forward that basically I was referred to a specialist, and then had multiple brain scans, PET scans, MRI scans, and all sorts of things. And that went on for a good couple of years until it was time enough, and they repeated the tests, and from that they could see that in that time my brain had deteriorated further.
Wow.
So that was enabled them to give the diagnosis of early onset Alzheimer's. There is no cure. So eating well, sleeping well, keeping healthy, keeping positive, and all those sorts of things are, critical, and that's pretty much what I've been doing. Most people see your nana as someone with Alzheimer's, right? And that's usually towards end stage. I'm early on. onset Alzheimer's. So with keeping well, keeping positive, with taking medication, etc., hopefully I can stretch out to getting long, for a long time before I get to end stage.
Diane, is this basically affecting your short-term memory, or is it affecting your long-term memory as well?
Very good question. Basically, I would say 80-ish or more % short-term memory.
Okay.
Just sort of recently, probably within the last 6 months, I've got so many stories. We all have stories, don't we?
Yeah.
And when I've gone to tell those stories again, I've gone, oh, there's a scratch in the record. And that really pisses me off. Because if you don't have those lifetime memories, if I said to you, and this is not the case for me, but you don't remember having your baby, something like that, that I do remember having my babies, but that gave me the fear that maybe those long-term memories might slide off the record as well, which would be absolutely devastating.
So you mentioned before you had kids, so how has this affected them?
I quite often, I do a lot of talks for Alzheimer's WA, and I quite often get this question, and so I finally asked the kids getting asked this question, and they went, well, it just is. It's just like the wallpaper. Because I've had it so long, it's just, as I say, if I didn't turn up to pick them up, they go, she's forgotten us, let's call her, or whatnot. For me, to come here today, the anxiety level of preparation and making sure I'm organised, making sure I've got my notes, stressing because I was hoping that I could refer to my notes, and if I couldn't refer to my notes, that was going to be a real anxiety-driven moment for me. And so I think that's the one ickiest bit I don't like about the disease, is the anxiety that comes with it. Sundown is where a lot of Alzheimer's patients in the late afternoon, the sun is going down,
When your brain's
go a
going.
bit nutty.
Are you able to work?
I had a creative marketing firm employing half a dozen people, and I've worked in advertising agencies and design studios as my career pathway, and basically I shut my business down. The staff called my partner, he's not my husband, he called my partner.
It's okay.
And said, we don't think you know how bad Diane is. We don't want her to answer the phone. We don't want her to go to meetings by herself. Yeah, and so then basically I am now retired.
What advice would you have to anyone out there who thinks they're suffering from a bit of memory loss?
Go to your GP. It would be your first point of call, I guess, and then they could advise you from there on in.
Well, thank you so much, Diane, for coming. You've been a pleasure to
Oh,
have
thank you.
on.
Wonderful.
And it's so brave of you to come out here.
Absolutely.
We'll be back in just a moment. So we're bringing you all the latest trending topics, but before we get to that, we want to address some of the social media stuff that we've been getting.
Yeah, we posted a maybe 10-second Instagram
short.
post. I mean, it was short, yeah.
It's like a
And
snippet.
about one of our guests, and we got some really hurtful stuff, which, Laura and I have had extensive conversations about this. We appreciate the feedback, and we always want to hear from our viewers. But the episode hasn't aired yet, so...
I know you surprised me with Lady Lay, so I actually have something for you.
Because she's scared.
It's called Mouthful. You got a bit of a big mouth, so I'm going to give you an adult size one.
Okay, and then... It's going to ruin my makeup. Okay. Laura is going to read some of the comments.
This is getting more comfortable as I go.
All right, Laura.
No thanks. I'm tuning in. And so this lady and all her lies and scams, it's a wonder people take her seriously. Well, Gibson, who
Okay, and I'm gonna read it. Okay. No thanks. Won't be tuning in. I'm so over this lady and all her lies and scams. It's a wonder people still take her seriously. Thank you. I'm not going to read her name, but thank you for that. We take that clearly very seriously.
All right, enough about social media. Guess what Perth has got? First time.
Tell me.
A DFO.
DFO. I don't even know what that means.
It means direct factory outlet.
Like an outlet? Like an actual...
Like a shop, like shopping. So we have not many shopping stores, and now we have a direct factory outlet.
Okay.
First time here in Perth.
Okay.
And I, for one, can't wait to check it out. Like, this is going to be great.
Coming from the States, and we have those like it's like a gas station. Like, go down the street and you
get some discount gas. We need that here, actually.
I'm sorry, excuse me, petrol. What do y'all call it? Gas?
Petrol, diesel.
Petrol, diesel.
And it's not discounted at all at the moment.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm learning that the hard way. Thanks for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to have you here with us at Let's Talk Now. Be sure to tune in on Friday at Channel 44 at 7 p.m.
We'll see you there.